Everyone, don't be serious. Don't tense up. Don't put any more intention over your body, your mind. Don't block. Do not block your body, your mind, your senses. It will become delusive attachment, pressing on your senses, your body, your mind. You have intention overlaying your body, your mind. That is cause of suffering, overlaying the body, the mind. Meditation, mindfulness, perseverance, mind power, insight, and wisdom is all about cutting. You have to listen carefully. If you cultivate mindfulness, meditation, perseverance, mind power, wisdom, or insight, anything you cultivate, it will become a cause of suffering, a samsara. To cut or to cultivate, that's the question. If you cut, it won't be a samsara. If you cultivate, it will become a samsara right there and then. You already cultivate so many things already. We are not talking about cultivating any meditation mindfulness today, because you have already cultivated so many things. We won't talk about any cultivation of perseverance, mindfulness, insight, mind power, or wisdom. We will only talk about cutting from them. About cutting, what do you want to cut? Do you want to become enlightened? Do you want to cut? What is it that you are cutting? Once you cut something, you have self. That means you are deceiving yourself. Whatever you cut, even the defilement, you cut the defilement from yourself. That is not a true cutting, because you are still have self doing the action of cutting. You are deceiving yourself. So you have to step back and cut the cutting itself. You might not understand the phrase cut, the cutting itself. It might be unclear or ambiguous for you. You have to listen to a new phrase, new sentence. To cut, comparing to mind, the word mind in Thai. You step back and mind, the mind itself, know the know itself. That is to cut, the cutting itself. And it won't be any self or anyone doing the cutting. The same as renounce. You step back and renounce. Renounce the renouncing itself. It won't be anyone doing the renouncing. If you still doing the renouncing things, there's still self, there's still someone doing the renouncing. You are deceiving yourself. It won't be about a true renunciation, because you haven't renounced the renunciation itself. It means that you are deceiving yourself. It isn't about cultivating for anything in the future. If you keep on cultivating, you have desire overlaying the cultivation always. If you already going on that path, you have to step back. If you are doing the renouncing, step back and renounce the renouncing itself. If you are letting go, step back and let go of the letting go itself. If you give up, step back and give up the giving up itself. and it will dissolve all the self in giving up, in doing the renouncing. So I will only talk about the cutting. I won't be talking about any of the practice, not any kind of practice today, but only the essence of cutting that has nothing to do with cultivation. While you are doing the renunciation, you are practicing already. Whatever you renounce inner, outer, renounce body, mind, or senses. That is all about practice. Any practice is still a cause of suffering. Because it is the desire of the one who practiced, the delusion and attachment of the one who practiced. You can end the self in the practice. How can you end the one who is doing the renunciation? You have to step back and renounce the renouncing itself. That is how you end the self. Step back and the mind itself. That is how you end the self in cutting. The one who is doing the cutting from this, from that, cut the cutting itself. You have to step back. You have to step back because your desire pushing you forward on and on. What I'm talking about is not about any cultivation or any practice of body or mind. This is only the essence of cutting, only the essence of enlightenment. Purely cut the self in cutting, renounce the self in renunciation. Everything step back and renounce the renouncing itself, and it will end everything. If you still keep on renounce things, there's still self doing the renouncing. That won't be a true renunciation. You have to step back and renounce the renouncing itself, and it will end the self that doing the renouncing. It will end both non-noble ones and the noble ones. It won't be both noble or unnoble. What is unnoble ones? The one who is not doing the renunciation, the one who is still wants something, always try to attach to something, that is unnoble ones. And the essence of the noble ones starts where? It starts when someone try to renounce the body, the mind, renounce things. That is when you become the noble ones. Still fixate on renouncing, but you don't know that the fact that you are still trying to renounce, that is also a cause of suffering. That isn't arahant. So to end both noble ones and unnoble ones and become arahant, you have to step back and renounce the renouncing itself. Don't be fixated on becoming noble ones and unnoble ones. Both are still the cause of suffering of samsara. Use everyday language. Don't use any textbook language. Step back from the mind itself, everything. Renounce is to step back and renounce the renouncing itself. Think like this. Recall these sentences. These sentences in themselves. Everything step back and the mind itself. Think like that. Recite that sentence. That is a reminder that cuts itself. And it will be with everything simultaneously, not one thing at a time. Once you recall that sentence, if you still have self in doing the cutting, it won't be about everything all at once. It only happens one thing at a time. You can cut only one thing at a time. You have to cut off, switch off at the main cutout. 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 switch will be cut off at once. If you cut off the main switch, the main cutout, step back and renounce the renouncing itself. Don't renounce anything. With everything is from renounced, the renouncing itself. It will end on the process of renouncing in this samsara, no matter what you are renouncing, what you all are renouncing. Don't waste your time. Assume up anything to dominate yourself, to influence yourself. Enlightened directly as you hear. Don't waste your time. Assume up anything to dominate yourself. Don't waste your time. Assume up any idea or belief and follow that idea. Become dominated by that idea. Step back and the mind itself. Step back and renounce the renouncing itself. Everything, all things, everything. That is to enlighten all at once with everything. Mindfulness, if you cultivate, it becomes a samsara of mindfulness. Make a conclusion of mindfulness into the cutting. Step back and the mind itself use everyday language. Use the language of everyday carefully. That is the rice that is ready to eat without shell. If you use ancient language or old language, it's the same as you eating rice with the outer shell. It's hard to digest. You have to step back and use the language of everyday, of modern language that ends in itself, ends right away. Make a conclusion easily, simple. Everything is from mind. The mind itself cut the cutting itself. A conclusion like that. Meditation isn't about cultivation either. Wisdom isn't about cultivation. You have already cultivated for all those, and it has become samsara that wouldn't end. The result of cultivation is the Brahman realm and the Deva realm and all other realms of existence that are for the karma that you have created through practice, through cultivation. It isn't like what you all thought, that the more you practice, you will be nearer to reaching Nibbana. But through practice, the destination is realms of existence. For Nibbana, once you start practice, you already overpassed Nibbana. Only a little bit that you practice. To do anything with your mind, you already overpassed Nibbana. You have to step back and the mind itself with everything. renounce the renouncing,
ไม่ใช่ไปละอะไรถ้า
not
ไป
to
ละอะไร
renounce
มันก็เลยนิพ
anything.
พานแล้วลูก
If you renounce anything, you already overpassed Nibbana.
ละอะไร
What do you want to
ไป
renounce?
ไปละมาจากไหนลูก
What it is that is doing the
ที่
renouncing?
สร้างขึ้น
That is the idea, the desire, attachment that create delusion created.
ถอยดิ
Step
กลั
back.
บมาละนั่นแหละลูก
Let's step back and renounce the
เอาอิ
renouncing.
นทรีย์ไว้จะมานั่ง
Open up,
เขียนกันเหมือนเดิม
open your senses. As always,
ลูกไปนั่งทำสมาธิมันผิด
you are doing meditation that is unnatural.
มันก็ลูกไปสร้างความแตกต่างขึ้นความเป็นจริงกับธรรมชาติความเป็น
It's
จริ
the
ง
same as you are creating something different, something that is foreign to a natural state. Everything is anicca, everything is ever changing. Anicca don't need any meditation. It's ever changing in itself. It doesn't need any meditation. So be careful. Anicca, let go of anicca. Everything is anicca. Doesn't need mindfulness. Everything is anicca. Even they assume up mindfulness that you have created. That is anicca also. Your meditation you assume up is also anicca. The wisdom is also anicca. So why are you assume this up? Do you want something from them? Do you want to hold on to something anicca? Anicca is for let go. To let go, to release, to put down. It means that you have to let go of wisdom, meditation, and mindfulness. Because all those are anicca, you have to let go of all those, not to hold on. So listen to the essence of cutting everything is to step back and the mind is to end all the cultivation. Otherwise, it's always the realms of existence waiting for you from the highest heaven to the lowest hell. And also a special soul of karmic payback for you to go to if you still keep on cultivating. The realms of existence waiting for you because of your seriousness, your determination to practice your body, your mind to attain something. You will become Naka or dragon from the seriousness of practice. There even the highest dead end, which is Brahman realm. That is the highest dead end. You still stuck. You will be stuck in there. Whatever state of the mind, the lightness that you feel, that you fixate on and maintain, you will have to pay back such karma for a long, long time. Maybe even over a Buddha's time, the whole period of one Buddha's time. Even when a new Buddha have come and enlightened, you still stuck paying back the karma of your practice. To let go and put down isn't about cultivating anything. You have to let go everything. Have to mind the mind itself. Renounce even the renouncing. It isn't to attain anything, obtain anything through practice. That is how you become directly experience Nibbana and Nirodha. It isn't about go directly toward Nibbana or Nirodha, but experience Nirodha and Nibbana directly. When you step back and renounce the renouncing itself, that is how you experience a direct Nirodha right there and then.
นี่รอดตรงๆณขณะนั้นเลยลูก
Vimutti directly right there and then.
ณขณะนั้นเลย
Nibbana there and then instantly. Step back and the mind itself renounce the renouncing itself. Let go of the letting go itself is when you can experience that directly. That is true to Nibbana instantly, not to go toward Nibbana. If you still trying to go forward to reach Nibbana, it means you are deceiving yourself. If you are not deceiving yourself, you are letting someone else deceive you. So be careful.
ปวดหัวทุกวันนี้ก็เพราะละใช่ไหมเพราะไปละนั่นละนี่
You have headache now every day that you suffer because you are trying to renounce, trying to let go of things, this thing and that thing that gives you difficulty.
ถึงได้เกิดการคอยแยกโลกแยกธรรมตามมาแยกสังสารวัฏแย
That
กนิ
is
พพานตามมา
the cause of separation between worldly and spiritual.
ถอยกลับมาวางตัววาง
So step back and put down the putting down itself, renounce the renouncing itself,
แล้วมันจะไม่แยก
and it will be a separation between Nibbana and Samsara,
จะกลายเป็นมหากรุณานิพพาน
and it will become a great compassion with Nibbana extinguish the Samsara all at once. It isn't Nibbana from the Samsara,
จะกลายเป็นวิมุตติหลุดช่วย
but
สังสารวัฏ
it will become Vimutti that liberate the Samsara simultaneously.
อันนี้ไม่ต้องถอยกลับมาละตัวละเอง
This you have to step back and renounce the renouncing itself.
สละตัวสละเอง
Step back and give up the giving up itself,
พร้อมกันทุกอย่าง
and together with everything at
ก็
once.
ลูกก็แช่ที่บทยืนเดินนั่งนอน
Every position, every gesture that you are doing, walk, sit, sleep,
นึกสติแห่งการ
and use the reminders. Keep recalling why you are doing all those gestures. Not attached to the attachment itself, not relate to the non-relating itself, the mind itself. These reminders, recite them while you are moving, you are doing any gesture, or walking, sleeping, sitting, eating, everything. Keep reciting these sentences,
แล้วอย่างนี้มันจะไม่ผิดปกติ
and it won't be unnatural.
ไปเดินสี่แยกไฟแดงลูกไปนั่งหลับ
If you are walking across the street at the traffic light, can you do a meditation over there?
หรือไปเดินจงกรมที่สี่แยกไฟแดงได้
Can you do a meditative walking at a traffic light?
ลูกปรุงแต่งการนั่งสมาธิ
You
ขึ้นมา
fabricate
เดินจงกรมขึ้นมา
the meditation, the meditative walking. It's unnatural. It is an assume up that you made up yourself.
มันเพราะอะไร
And because of what?
ต้นในการจะเอา
Because it's all originated from you wanting something, want.
ยืนธรรมดาอย่างไม่ได้เหรอเดิน
If you only
เป็นปกติ
naturally stand or walk,
ปกติธรรมดา
can you do that?
ไปเรื่อย
Any mindfulness, it will come naturally with you walking, sitting.
ๆเดินไปสี่แยกสองแยกสามแยกอะไรก็ตามทีก็รู้สติตัดไปด้วย
You walk through any intersections, any roads, anywhere.
การก็แค่นี้
Keep reminding the sentences I have given you. Use them as reminders while you walk anywhere.
ลูกไปอุปโลกทิฏฐิ
You assume up the idea
นี้ขึ้นมาครอบงำ
and beliefs
เอง
and methods to dominate yourself.
มันก็เลยเกิดลัทธิเกิดนิกาย
That is why it become a divisions in all religions, sects, groups, traditions, different sex groups, divisions in every religion. Nibbana doesn't have any division, doesn't have any different schools. Vimutti doesn't have any divisions or different schools. You should have realized by now what you are doing.
เริ่มต้นด้วยตัวฉัน
You start off with desire.
แต่นั่น
So your destination isn't Nibbana, but it is Deva realm and Brahman realms and all other realms.
Nó sẽ là cõi Phạm Thiên, cõi chư thiên và các cõi luân hồi đạo cả. Nó đến tự gọi cuộc sống như vậy.
ปฏิบัติแบบปุถุชนก็ลงอบายภูมิไป
You practice
Thực hành theo kiểu người lý tưởng.
as normal human being. You go to lower realms. With desire, attachment, and delusions in your minds, you go to lower realms. You assume up Dharma, mindfulness, meditation, perseverance, mind power, wisdom, and insight. You go to middle realms, to the highest realms. You have to listen up carefully. The higher realms have self. Still yourself, still have self. The lower realms, the same, still have self. It's the same as a monkey climbing up a coconut tree. Even when they reach the top of the coconut tree, it's still the same monkey. The bottom of the coconut tree is a monkey. When they are not climbing, it is still a monkey. It isn't about self. Be careful. If you still have self in starting and stopping anything, finishing anything, it won't be it. You still have self even you reach the top. Be careful. Be careful in a way that you don't care about being careful. If you still care, it means that you are deluded in caring. Still have something to do with body and mind. It means that you are still deluded with your body, your mind. Still have something to do with knowing. It means that you are deluded with knowing. It isn't about cutting. You haven't cut yet. It isn't enlightenment. Still being deluded with the knowing. Still have something to do with something. That is all cause of suffering in practice. That is all desire with condition that you assume up, you create yourself. You have to listen to the essence of enlightenment. It isn't about starting or finishing anything. Use the reminders. Recall the reminders to cut. These are the reminders that cut themselves. Even the cutters don't leave themselves cut the cutting itself. Use these reminders, everything, to cut the cutting itself. If it is about not attached, step back and not attach, the non-attachment itself. That is how you end. Otherwise, it will go on and not end. And it will become different division in religion, in Buddhism, become different schools of thoughts, become different sects, groups, on and on, that won't end. What is that? That is group delusive attachment, group delusion, group desire. Any sect, any school, any group are all concluded to group delusive attachment, group desire, group delusion. make anicca, dukkha, anatta to become different schools, sects, and groups in religions,
มันก็เลยกลายเป็นสมุทัยหมู่ขึ้นมา
and made it become the group cause of suffering. Practice is about suffering. Anything you cultivate, it is suffering. Every state, condition of body, mind, and Dhamma is all about suffering. I'm telling you again, Nibbana doesn't have different division. Nibbana isn't any sect, group, tradition of any religion. Nibbana doesn't belong to any religion. Nibbana isn't a religion, even Buddhism. Nibbana isn't Buddhism either. Listen to that. It's all about the idea that you assume up. You fabricate. In truth, Nibbana doesn't have a format of religion. Every step is a temple. Isn't a temple here or there, but every step is vimutti. Every step is Nibbana. It isn't to go and reach Nibbana or Vimutti anywhere. It isn't about renounce or not renounce. It isn't about mind or not mind. It isn't about cut or not cut. It's Nibbana everywhere. It's Vimutti everywhere. Something that isn't renounced or not renounced. It isn't about let go or not let go. To end on the cutting, to end the burden of trying to renounce or cut anything. It's Nibbana right there and then everywhere, anywhere. Up to your fortune now, all the relation that you have with all the Buddhas. It depends on your blessed fortune. If you have been experienced or have a direct relation, you have been true to the essence of the truth, or you've been only about having faith toward the Buddhas and never been through to the essence of ending, of enlightenment. That is the fortune, your fortune. It depends on if your fortune is about faith or about the truth. It's up to that. If you've been related to the Buddha only through faith, you will only come to this life again to seek for the truth, to keep searching. You will have difficulty, experience some difficulty through your searching. Today I'm not teaching you anything, I'm not giving any teaching. I'm only telling you the truth. I'm not teaching anyone. I'm not teaching anyone. I'm only reflecting. I'm only telling you something. It's not teaching. I'm not guiding or giving any teaching. But if you have any question, you can ask. And I will answer. That's it. So congratulate you all
น้อมจิตน้อมใจกับวัดวา
for having
ศาสนาโบราณอาจารย์
humbleness
ไม่ได้ปฏิเสธ
and humble to the truth, to something that is beneficial.
ก็ถือว่ายังมีส่วนอยู่ขออนุโมทนาสาธุด้วย
I congratulate you all for that.
ไม่ว่าจะเป็นว่าสมสิกา
Việt Nam mình
สาธุด้วย
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.